So how do you assess? These are the 4 systems. How do you assess the knowledge and the progress of a child in each of these 4? How is that assessment process different?
That's beautiful, because in that statement you tell me the education system you came through. How do you assess the knowledge? Why don't I want to assess knowledge? Why is that important?
Right.
So how do I assess the child and their development? So knowledge is important, yes, if you're from a knowledge-centric system. But if you were from South America, my assessment is, how are you progressing to do what is right and not what everyone else is doing? How are you doing to stand up and say, this is just and that is unjust?
What would be that? I don't even understand that you can test that.
But you can't. But it's a development of the child. So you know, if this is an exaggerated criticism of the British system.
Right.
I produce a child that gets 15 O levels at A star, does 4 A levels at A star, and then they go and sell drugs on the street and destroy everyone's life. Are we successful as an educational institution? Well, he got all A stars. He's brilliant. I've done a good job as a school. No?
Yeah.
And clearly I haven't, because he's on the street selling drugs to other people and destroying their lives. So there's a much broader aspect to what is education. And this is those different systems that they're trying to approach.
So what should we be assessing for? Like if the purpose of assessment, now you've really confused me. Because I'm like, what were we being assessed for anyways?
Why are we assessing?
Yeah,
I can remember all the letters of the periodic table and tell you the electronic configuration of every single element.
Like,
brilliant. The trouble is, I'm not paying my taxes and I pay everything by cash.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I'm going to stand in the street and complain that the Singh government isn't cleaning the streets. But I'm not paying my taxes. But anyway, I'm making lots of money on the side. So is that a good education? The education system has failed me as a civilian, as a citizen. It's failed me. I know the periodic table. Well done. I don't understand that if I don't pay my taxes, then we don't have the services I want to make the better schools for tomorrow. And the politicians that perhaps don't service me as a civilian because they're lining their own pockets also have been failed by the education system. So it's like, what is assessment? But I'll just jump you onto a subject, because what is assessment is something.
Yeah, what is assessment? And now that a question I should have been asked you is, what should we assess? Because I still am haunted by differential equations. To this day, I don't know what purpose has solving a differential equation served. What purpose has it served? Why didn't the system teach me compounding in finance? Because I would have, at the age of 8, learned compounding. I would have invested all of my ED, and over the last 40 years or 30 years or whatever, I would have been sitting on at least $100,000 just based on EV compounded at 10% returns. But no one taught me compounding until I learned it in finance when I was 26.
It's too late.
It's too late. I mean, I've already lost a lot of time that way. But the differential equation I can solve. I don't need it.